lucu. Ini hમણાં હું લઈ જશે એટલે તું યુઝર્સમાં પાછું રાખશે ને વેચતા જ રહે. તું ઓલે હોસ્પિટલમાં ફોન કરી તું શું કીધી એ લોકોને? તું હમણાં ત્યારે કે હા તો બસ મને સોશિયલ વર્કરને ફોન કરી દો પાછી. હું શું કરું હવે? આપણે શું કરશું? એમરજન્સી હોય તો અમે તને 4 દિવસ સુધી હેરાન નથી કર્યા.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ياسين إنك لمن المرسلين تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون. وسواء عليهم أنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون. إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم. إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين. واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم 2 فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون. قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين. قالوا طائركم معكم قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب أليم. قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون. وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون. وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون. أتخذوا من دونه آلهة أن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغني عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون. إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين. إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون. قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين. وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين. إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون. يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا عنها يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون. ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم أن لا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم. ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون. وآية لهم الأرض الميتة وأحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون. وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون. سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون. وآية لهم الليل نسلك منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون. والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم. والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالأرجون القديم. لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون. وآية لهم أنا حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون. وإن نشاء نغرقهم فلا شريك لهم ولهم ينقذون إلا رحمة مما ومتاعا إلى حين. وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون. وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إن أنتم في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم أن لا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أذل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تأكلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وأرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لتمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنا يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسكنا على مكانتهم فاستطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره نركز في الخلق أفلا يأكلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دونه آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم يرى الإنسان أنا خلقناهم من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون صدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل على محمد سورة المباركة الفاتحة صلوات
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير ولقد زينا السماء الدنيا بمصناها رجوما للشياطين وأعتدنا لهم عذاب السعير وللذين كفروا بربهم عذاب جهنم وبئس المصير إذا ألقوا فيها سمعوا لها شهيقا وهي تفور تكاد تميز من الغيظ كلما ألقي فيها فوج سألهم خزنتها ألم يأتكم نذير قالوا بلى قد جاءنا نذير فكذبنا وقلنا ما نزل الله من شيء إن أنتم إلا في ضلال كبير قالوا لو كنا نسمع أو نعقل ما كنا في أصحاب السعير فاعترفوا بذنبهم فسحقا لأصحاب السعير إن الذين يخشون ربهم بالغيب لهم مغفرة وأجر وأسروا قولكم أو اجهروا به
We just realized we were on mute. Can somebody confirm what point we got up to?
I think you should just continue.
Okay.
Expelled, and how many mistakes have you prevented, and how many blessings have you spread, and how many difficult situations have you resolved. All praise belongs to Allah, who has not taken a wife nor a son, and who has no partner in his kingdom, and who has no friend to protect him from humiliation, so magnify him with a great magnificence. All praise belongs to Allah for all of his praiseworthy actions, and for all of his favors and blessings. All praise belongs to Allah, who has no opposition in His kingdom, nor any challenger to His commands. All praise belongs to Allah, who has no partner in His creation, nor anyone like Him in His greatness. All praise belongs to Allah, whose commands and praise are spread throughout creation, whose glory is manifested through His generosity, whose blessings stretch out liberally, whose treasures never diminish. Rather, His frequent giving only increases His generosity and kindness. Surely He is the mighty, the provider. O Allah, I ask you for a little from much, although I am in great need of it, while you are eternally needless of it. And though it is a lot for me, for you it is easy and simple. O Allah, your pardoning of my sin, and your overlooking my mistakes, and your forgiveness of my oppression, and your hiding of my ugly deeds, and your forbearance of my many wrongdoings, performed intentionally or unintentionally, tempted me to ask from you what I did not deserve from you, but which you still gave me out of your mercy, provided for me through your power, and made known to me from your answers. So I became accustomed to call you trustingly and to ask you familiarly, neither afraid nor fearful, but with confidence in you for what I have asked from you. Then, if there was a delay in your answer, I would blame you out of my ignorance, while perhaps the delay was best for me, for you know the outcome of all affairs. I have not seen a generous master more patient with a wretched slave than you are with me, my Lord. You call me, and I turn away from you. You show affection to me, and I show hatred towards you. You display your love for me, and I do not respond as though I am above you. Yet all of this does not prevent you from having mercy on me and being good to me and favoring me through your generosity and nobility. So please, continue to have mercy on your ignorant slave and be kind to him through the excellence of your grace. Surely you are the bountiful, the generous. All praise belongs to Allah, the owner of the kingdom, who makes the ship sail, who controls the wind, who causes the dawn to break, who is the authority on the day of judgment and the Lord of the worlds. All praise belongs to Allah for His patience despite His knowledge. All praise belongs to Allah for His forgiveness despite His power. All praise belongs to Allah for the lengthy respite He gives despite His anger, even though He has the power to do as He wills. All praise belongs to Allah, the creator of all creation, the provider of plentiful sustenance, who causes the dawn to break, who is the owner of glory and honor and excellence and blessings, who is far and thus cannot be seen, but is close and thus witnesses secret conversations. Blessed and exalted is He. All praise belongs to Allah, who has no equal to quarrel with Him, nor anyone similar to Him, nor any helper to support Him. He overpowers the mighty through His strength, and the great humble themselves before His tremendousness. So through His power, He fulfills that which He wills. All praise belongs to Allah, who answers me when I call Him, and who covers all of my faults whilst I disobey Him, and who increases His blessings upon me, but I do not acknowledge them. How many pleasant gifts has He given me? How many great fears has He removed from me? How many joyous moments has He allowed me to experience? Thus I glorify Him, thanking Him, and I remember Him with praise. All praise belongs to Allah, whose veil cannot be uncovered, whose door is never closed, who does not reject the one who asks him, and who does not disappoint the one who places their hope in him. All praise belongs to Allah, who provides safety for the frightened, who rescues the virtuous, who raises the oppressed, who humiliates the proud, who destroys kings and appoints others in their place. All praise belongs to Allah, who crushes the tyrant, destroys the oppressors, who watches over those who try to escape, who punishes the oppressors, who assists those who cry out for help, who grants the requests of those who ask, and who is the supporter of the believers. All praise belongs to Allah, in whose all the skies and its inhabitants shake, the earth and its inhabitants tremble, and the sea and all that swims in its billows. All praise belongs to Allah, who has guided us to this, and we would not have been guided had He not guided us to this. All praise belongs to Allah, who creates but is not created, who gives sustenance but is not given sustenance, who feeds but is not fed, who causes the living to die and gives life to the dead. He is the ever-living who does not die. In His control is all good, and He has power over all things. O Allah, send your blessings upon Muhammad, your servant and your messenger, your trustee, your chosen one, your beloved, the best of your creation, the keeper of your secrets and the conveyor of your messages. Send blessings that are the greatest, the finest, the most beautiful, the most perfect, the most upright, the most prosperous, the most pleasant, the purest, and the most sublime of all blessings. Send blessings upon him that are greater than any of the blessings, or mercy, or affection, or salutations that you have ever sent towards any of your servants, or prophets, or messengers, or chosen ones, or the people of honor from your creation. O Allah, and send your blessings upon Ali, the commander of the faithful, and the successor of the messenger of the Lord of the worlds, your servant, your representative, the brother of your messenger, your proof over creation, your greatest sign, and the great news. And send your blessings upon the truthful, pure lady, Fatima, the radiant, the leader of the women of the worlds. And send your blessings upon the two grandsons of the mercy of the worlds, the leaders of guidance, Al-Hassan and Al-Hussein, the masters of the youths of paradise. And send your blessings upon the leaders of the Muslims, Ali, the son of Hussein, Muhammad, the son of Ali, Ja'far, the son of Muhammad, Musa, the son of Ja'far, Ali, the son of Musa, Muhammad, the son of Ali, Ali, the son of Muhammad, Hassan, the son of Ali, and the successor, the guide and the rightly guided, your proofs over your servants, your trustees on your lands, bless them with abundant and continuous blessings. O Allah, and send blessings upon the guardian of your commandment, the one who will rise, the one who is hoped for, the awaited justice. Surround him with your closest angels and assist him with the Holy Spirit, O Lord of the worlds. O Allah, appoint him to call towards your book and to establish your religion, and make him the successor on the earth, just as you caused others to succeed before him. Establish for him his religion, which you have approved for him. Grant him safety in exchange for his fear, so that he worships you, not associating any partner with you. O Allah, grant him power, and through him strengthen others. Help him and help others through him, and help him with a mighty help. Grant him an easy victory, and ordain for him from yourself a controlling authority. O Allah, manifest through him your religion and the way of your Prophet, such that he is not obliged to hide any truth from any human being. O Allah, we earnestly desire from you an honored state through which you strengthen Islam and its followers, and degrade hypocrisy and its followers, and make us in it among those who invite towards your obedience and the leaders towards your path, such that through it you grant us the honor of this world and the hereafter. O Allah, of what you have made known to us of the truth, help us to bear it, and in what we fall short, make us reach it. O Allah, through him put order in our affairs. Through him gather and unite us. Through him mend the divisions that have separated us. Through him increase our small number. Through him lift us from our humiliation. Through him relieve our miseries. Through him repay our debts. Through him remove our poverty. Through him fill the gaps in our confusion. Through him ease our difficulties. Through him brighten our faces. Through him free our prisoners. Through him make our efforts successful. Through him fulfill our promises. Through him answer our prayers. Through him grant us our requests. Through him allow us to obtain what we hope for from this world and the hereafter. And through him give us more than our expectations. Oh, the best of all those who are asked, and the most generous of all those who give, through him cleanse our chests. Through him remove anger from our hearts, and through him guide us to the truth in disputed matters by your permission. For surely you guide whomever you wish to the right path. Through him help us to overcome your enemy and our enemy, O Lord of truth. Hear our prayers. O Allah, we complain to you about the loss of our Prophet. Blessings be upon him and his family. The concealment of our leader, the abundance of our enemies, the scarcity of our numbers, the severity of our trials, and the victory of the era against us. So bless Muhammad and his family, and help us to overcome these by granting us an immediate victory, and by relieving our difficulties, and by giving us help that you reinforce, and by providing a truthful authority that you make victorious, and through mercy with which you cover us, and through good health with which you clothe us. By your mercy, O most merciful of all those who have mercy.
صل على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم أدخل على أهل القبور السرور. اللهم اغني كل فقير. اللهم اشف كل جاي. اللهم اغز كل أريان. اللهم اقض دين كل مدين. اللهم فرج عن كل مكروب. اللهم رد كل غريب. اللهم فك كل أسير. اللهم أصلح كل فاسد من أمور المسلمين. اللهم اشف كل مريض. اللهم سد فقرنا بغناك. اللهم غير سوء حالنا بحسن حالك. اللهم اقضي عنا الدين واغننا من الفقر إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Dua Mujir first. Good dua. We're now going to have Dua Mujir. Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad Salawat. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
سبحانك يا جمال تعاليت يا جلال من
Arlaskir, Icelandic style.
سابق تعاليت يا رازق سبحانك يا قادر تعاليت يا قادر سبحانك يا سميع تعاليت يا سميع سبحانك يا رفيع تعاليت يا بديع سبحانك تعاليت سبحانك يا والي تعاليت يا متعالي سبحانك يا حافظ تعاليت يا سبحانك يا قادر تعاليت يا مقتدر سبحانك يا علي تعاليت يا حليم سبحانك يا حكام تعاليت يا حكيم سبحانك يا تعاليت يا سبحانك يا تعاليت يا ناصر سبحانك يا مجيد تعاليت يا حبيب.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
تباركت يا ذا الجبروت والجلال سبحانك يا لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين فاستجبنا له ونجيناه من الغام وكذلك ننجي المؤمنين وصلى الله على محمد وآله أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. وحسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد أجل فرجهم. سورة المباركة الفاتحة. Please, can we welcome Murtaza with a Nara Salawat from Majlis. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين خاتم النبيين طه وياسين سيدنا ونبينا وشفيع ذنوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين اللهم كل وليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا. I thought I'd have a short discussion on another hadith of Imam Ali alayhi salam, whose martyrdom we will be commemorating next week. This is about decree and destiny. When Imam Ali was asked by a person about what is destiny, decree, Imam Ali alayhi salam says it is a deep sea. Don't delve into it. You know, it's not easy to understand the destiny of Allah, so don't think too much about it. So the man asked that, O Commander of the Faithful, but inform us about destiny. The Imam said, it is a secret of Allah. So do not trouble yourself with it. The man then asked again, O Commander of the Faithful, inform us about the destiny. So I see this is the third time he's asking about destiny. And Imam kept saying that, look, this is something that you will not be able to understand and fathom. It is a deep secret of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Imam, seeing that he was refusing, he said, seeing as you are refusing and insisting, it is a matter between two extremes. The true extremes, he says, are one where there is no predestination. That is, Allah, when you are sent to this world, it is not completely destined as to what you are going to do. So your life is not written 100% for you. And on the other hand, there is no complete free will. That means that when you come, it is not that you are given a complete blank check to do whatever you want in terms of how your life is going to be. What we understand from this hadith is that Allah, there is a balance. The balance is one that Allah has predestined certain parts of our lives. And there are other parts of our lives that are actually dependent on how we act in this world that our life carries on. And the predestined are certain things like when we are going to be born, what family we are born into, when we possibly will die as well. But there are other hadiths where they can be changed as well. These are the main who our parents are, who our brothers and sisters are. These are all predestined. There's nothing we can do. But there are certain things that Allah says that it is up to you. And those are the things that we are taught in the Holy Quran. That by doing certain actions in this world, there are ways that we can change our courses. One of them is sadaqah. They say that the more sadaqah you give, you prolong your life. Sadaqah that you leave, it relieves miseries. You give sadaqah, the trials can be lifted. The musibahs can go. These are the one of the things is sadaqah. The other thing is that we have is du'as as well. So du'as are a means of attaining your desires. So when you are in difficulties, you are told, pray to Allah, and Allah will relieve you of your difficulties. So a predestined probably dua maybe also be averted, a predestined calamity or something maybe maybe also alleviated with the help of dua from Allah, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the third thing that has also an effect in our lives is number one, Sila Raham. Because Sila Raham is where you have got family members, and what you are meant to be doing is looking after each other. You have to do Sila Raham in the sense that do not fight with each other. Do not stop talking to each other. And when you do end up with a situation, then take this thing out. Try and talk to each other. Allah loves the first person. The person who takes the first step is the person that Allah loves most. So this is Sile Raham, where two brothers who are not talking, brothers, sisters not talking, mother, father not talking, father and son who are not talking. All these, or it could be cousins as well. It could be grandfather and grandson. All these different relationships, the close relationships, Allah wants those relationships to be maintained in a harmony. And when Allah says that if it doesn't, then Allah will not like you. And maybe it may shorten your life. Sila Raham can extend your life as well. So these are the acts and worship that we are told. And the reason we are told is that it helps the destiny of an individual to be moved towards what is beneficial to him in the hereafter. And another one of these is Haqqul Walidain, is how you treat your parents during their lifetime and when they pass away as well. And there are the rights of parents, just as the rights of children and the rights of everybody. But the rights of parents are, number one, that you respect them, number one. Number two, you always are for them. And of course, as we listened to the Majlis last week, where even you can't go to the extent of even saying off or ah to your parents. You have to accept your parents as they are. And after their death, it is important that we also look after. How can we do that? Most important way, of course, we recite Surah Fatiha and we remember them, is but to give sadaqah and charity in their name, and also more importantly is to maintain the legacy of your parents. So the sunnah of your parents. So if your father had a habit of praying, you take on that habit. Your father had a habit of visiting family members, you take on that. If your father had a habit of visiting the sick in hospital, you take on that habit. And if the father had a sunnah had a nature of giving charity all the time or doing something, you do that as well. Because by doing that, you are taking on the legacy of your dad, of your mother, of your grandfather, and sometimes even your family, but mainly your parents, father and mother. And Allah will reward you, and at the same time, He will reward your father or your mother as well, because they're the ones who nurtured this legacy into you. So it is important for us, number one, to understand that there are acts and worships that make a difference to our lives in terms of the length of our life, in terms of the trials and tribulations that come. Because in Dua Kumail, we hear Imam Ali saying that Allahumma gfir li adh-dhunub allati tahtikul isam, Allahumma gfir li adh-dhunub allati tughayyiru ni'am, Allahumma gfir li adh-dhunub allati tahbisu du'a. Allah is saying, what Imam is saying, pray to Allah that He forgives those sins which are an impediment to many things. And that is again part of this hadith, is that we can do it. So if there are issues in our life, then we have got to see what is it. Is it because I have stopped giving sadaqah? Is it because I am stopped praying? Is it because I have stopped doing dua? Is it because there are certain sins that I am committing? Or is it I have stopped sile raham? Once we get to know of it, we know how to repair it and how to get back to the life that we are supposed to be, which is a life of successfulness, a life of success, a life of happiness, and a life of tranquility. So we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that it gives us the opportunity to understand all these hadiths and to act upon all these hadiths. And we see that within this predestination or absolute free will, there's a hadith of Imam Ali alayhi salam, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, where he tells that if you do not believe in the religion of Allah, at least, act in a free will, in the sense that you do not get tied in with others. And it was the same Imam Hussein alayhi salam on the day of Ashura, when he approached the army of Yazid with his various khutbahs. And in those khutbahs, he explained to them what they were doing was totally wrong and they will one day regret. And within that tragedy, we see that one of the main tragedies we see is that of Ali Asghar alayhi salam. That Imam Hussein alayhi salam, when he realizes now the time has come for me to go, before that, he says, I have to do the last hujjah, which is to try and take Ali Asghar and try and get some water for him. And Imam goes to the battlefield and he takes Ali Asghar in his hand and he explains to the Ashkiya and tries to plead with them and say, what has this, I can understand if you feel that I have done, what can a 6-month-old baby have done wrong to you, that you are depriving him of the basics, which is water. Imam alayhi salam then leaves Ali Asghar on the sand and he says that if you think that I will snatch the water away and drink it for myself, where it is Ali Asghar, you come and quenched his thirst, they still would not do it. Imam picked up Ali Asghar. At that time when Ali Asghar took his tongue out, the enemy started crying because they realized how thirsty that little baby was. Hurmala is then summoned by Ibn Sa'ad and he says, Iqta kalamul Hussein, destroy the last of the signs of Hussein. And Hurmala releases a spear which goes into the throat or the neck of Ali Asghar, and Ali Asghar passes away. Ala la'natullahi ala al-qawmi al-zalimin. فَسَيَعْلَمُ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا أَيَّ مُنْقَلَبٍ يَنْقَلِبُونَ إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He gives us the opportunity to do good as much as possible in this world and to follow the footsteps of our parents, and gives us the opportunity to, whenever possible, do as much as good for our parents. Allah la'natullahi ala qawmi adh-dhalimin. Sayalamu alladhina zalamu ayyamun kalabiyan qalibun.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Thank you, Murtaza. Please can we remember all marhumin with a Surah Al-Fatiha. Please can we recite 5 times Amma Yujibul for all the Maries out there, in particular Abbas uncle, who is still in hospital. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء 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 أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. الفاتحة. شفاء المرضى. Murtaza, could I ask you to recite Salam? Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum ya Rasulullah, Assalamu alaikum ya Amir al-Mu'minin, Assalamu alaikum ya Fatima al-Zahra, Sayyidati Nisa'il Alameen, Assalamu alaikum ya Hassan al-Mujtaba, Assalamu ala al-Husayn wa ala Ali ibn al-Husayn wa ala awlad al-Husayn wa ala ashab al-Husayn wa ala tis'at al-ma'sumin min zurriyyat al-Husayn, Ali ibn al-Husayn wa Muhammad ibn Ali wa Ja'far ibn Muhammad wa Musa ibn Ja'far wa Ali ibn Musa wa Muhammad ibn Ali وعلي ibn Muhammad والحسن ibn Ali. Assalamu alayka ya sahib al-zaman wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allahumma kulli waliyika al-hujjat ibn al-Hasan salawatuka alayhi wa ala abai fi hadhihi as-sa'ati wa fi kulli sa'a waliyan wa hafiza wa qa'idan wa nasira wa dalilan wa aina hatta tuskinahu ardaka taw'a wa tumatti'ahu fiha tawila.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Thank you. Inshallah, we'll convene again tomorrow. We're looking to continue this series of Majlis up until Monday, inshallah. After which we will just continue on with Surah Yasin and Surah Mulk, so that we can all participate in the program at Stanmore, the main Amal night programs. Thank you.